Hello, and welcome back to a Fishy Plant Man production. Um, that always cracks me up when I try to make an introduction. But anyway, this is a new plant. It's a Ficus elastica shiveriana, I think, if I remember its name that distinguishes what variant it is. One of those things YouTubers like to talk about to make them sound smart, but it doesn't really make you any better with the plant. Although it does help you identify the plant, I guess. So it's worth mentioning. But anyway, with this particular one, I noticed it. Well, I noticed it when it went up for sale, obviously. It was $24. And I thought, no, I've got two ficuses. I don't have a variegated one, but at $25, nah. And then apparently it went on discount for $13.99. I think I would have still walked away, but I didn't see that sticker until I dug for it, because the current discount sticker was $7. I decided, yeah, okay. I would like a variegated ficus, and it's $7. That's like $1 per inch of the stem. Yeah, I can do $7. So I grabbed it, and I brought it home trying to figure out why it was being discounted. It was the only one they discounted, but it was being discounted. Eventually, to my dismay, I think I may have found it. And it's very hard to notice. A couple of people at the store that I talked to didn't notice. And I didn't notice until I got it in better light than I'm currently in, which is decent light. But maybe if I zoom in physically, not with the camera, but physically, that's about as close as I can get. But you might be able to see a couple of the brown specks. They go all the way through it, just very faint little brown specks. I think somebody thought that, got scared of disease or, something, discounted it, trying to get it sold before they got worse and noticeable. Well, it worked, except at $7, I think I would have picked it up anyway, because I recognize those specks. My Chef Lara, right here, did it to me too. And I thought that I was overwatering in the traditional sense. And overwatering's overwatering, so yeah, I was pretty much right. I was overwatering. But it seems that you can overwater this with one watering. Because I let it dry out. Try not to let it get completely dry, but it actually tends to work best when it does get completely dry and I water it. Because if I water it too soon, and it only takes like a couple of 3 waterings in succession, and I get those little specks. And eventually they'll take out the leaf. There's a couple on this one. Several of the leaves died. That's, the newest one for now. There's another branch starting. Yeah. Overwatering issue. And it's really weird because this plant is picky. If I give it like a full, jar, like a mason jar of water, that's too much. So I don't know I was thinking maybe it was a little plant thing, because this is definitely a baby Schefflera. And, you know, little baby ficus here. So they've got that in common. They're very young. They're also variegated. So maybe variegated plants are picky about their water. I don't know. I do have two much more mature ficus. They don't do this to me. Just this baby one. I haven't got a mature plant of the Schefflera, but the two plants that are doing it to me are babies. So, is it easy to overwater babies? Is it a variegation thing? A little bit of both? I don't know. Because all I know is I strive to get to that, you know, level 3 on my scale of how am I doing with a plant. This is a good solid 2. It is growing. That might be a little high because of, you know, the dieback with the watering issue. But I'll be nice to myself, I guess, and give it a 2. This one is not fair. I haven't done anything yet. I'm letting it dry out because I'm sure it's quite moist for those spots to be developing. Now that I've said that, I didn't plan for this, but now that I said that, let me get my moisture meter and we will see just how moist this plant is. That's my finger. The top feels dry. I don't like sticking a fat finger down in there. I've got a moisture meter. I'll get it and we will see. Like I say, the top feels dry. You know, finger test. Lift test, it's kind of hard to say because I don't know the plant. But those specs tell me that it's too moist. Okay, this tied in, it's kind of hard, but yeah, it's definitely moist. So yeah, we'll let it dry out. Probably down to at least 2 before watering again. And then try not to get it up into the blue. It's actually showing drier. I think with the last take, yeah, see, just do that and it gets much moister. Okay. Much wetter, how about that? So, yeah. It's not an exact, but yeah. Let it dry out and go from there. So, there it is. Oh, I got a water. Don't want that in the shot. So, yep, too moist. This one, same. It can dry out a little more. Anyway, it can dry out a little more. And then here, mentioning the scale, this plant I'm actually doing quite good with. This is at about a 2.8. I see some room for improvement, but not much. Not much at all. So yeah. Now the parent plant's nowhere near a 2.8, but oh yeah. Anyway, this was just pointing out those small brown specks And they will get noticeable. I'm kind of hoping that if I let it dry out, I'll be able to head it off, but I don't know. It's hard to say when you got a picky plant that does that. But it's kind of a warning, I shall say. You know, if you see them, you know, find out just, look at your watering, I guess is what I'm saying. Alright, I'm clearly starting to ramble, so I'll talk to you next time.